On a high tree branch at the edge of his nest sat a crow. His body was black, a glossy black, like the midnight sky. He appeared perfectly healthy and strong, with a sturdy beak and sparkling eyes. Yet despite all this, a deep dissatisfaction had taken root in his heart. He was utterly unhappy with his black color. He felt this blackness made him ugly and ordinary. His gaze often lingered on other birds. He greatly admired the green parrots, whose color seemed as fresh and vibrant as new leaves. The peacock's splendor was truly remarkable. The magical blend of blue, green, and golden hues on its feathers that appeared like a rainbow in the sunlight. And then there were the white pigeons, whose color seemed as pure as snow, serene and peaceful. Seeing all this filled the crow's heart with longing. He would often look at his reflection in a still water source and sigh deeply, thinking, if only my color were as beautiful and bright. How wonderful it would be if I too looked like these colorful birds. This black skin has no beauty at all. That day too, the crow sat sadly on his branch. The sky was blue. The air carried the fragrance of flowers. The trees were lush with green leaves. Everything was beautiful and vibrant. But none of this could lift the crow's sadness. He kept thinking about how he could rid himself of this monotonous black color. Was there a solution? Was there magic? His thoughts were so deep that he didn't even notice the beauty around him. Suddenly, his eyes fell on an unusual light moving beneath the tree. This was no ordinary light, but a sweet golden glow slowly moving forward. Looking closer, the crow realized it was a magical fairy. Her wings were delicate and shimmering. Her clothes seemed made of rainbow silk, and her face bore a kind and calm smile. The fairy was passing under the same tree, perhaps on her way to grant someone else's wish. The crow's heart began to race. This was an amazing opportunity. Perhaps this fairy could solve his problem. But he was also afraid. What if the fairy didn't listen? What if she got angry? The crow took a deep breath. The strength of his sadness and desire overcame his fear. He cleared his throat and hesitantly, yet clearly called down, "Oh, fairy, please wait a moment. Could you help me a little?" His voice held both hope and hesitation. The magical fairy stopped in her tracks. She looked up in surprise toward the tree branch. Her eyes fell on the sad crow. Compassion flashed in the fairy's eyes. She smiled and said in her sweet voice, "Oh, brother crow, you here? Tell me what's the matter. Your face looks so sad. What troubles you?" The crow felt as if he had finally found someone to listen to his pain. The fairy's kind voice won his trust. He took another deep breath and began telling his entire story. He explained how miserable he was with his black color. He said the color felt burdensome, like an invisible black shroud had been draped over him. He praised the brightness of the parrot's green, the dance of the peacock's marvelous blue-green hues, and the purity of the pigeon's peaceful white. His voice grew hoarse as he said, "Fairy, everyone looks so beautiful except me. I just want to be a different color. Being black causes me so much pain. Can you help me? Can you change my color?" His eyes held deep longing and anguish. The magical fairy listened carefully to the crow's words. A wise and slightly mysterious smile played on her face. She knew that often, what we desire is not what's best for us. She looked at the crow sympathetically and replied in a gentle tone, "All right, brother crow, I'll give you a chance to fulfill your wish." The crow's eyes lit up, but the fairy raised her hand to stop him and said seriously, "But remember, this is a special opportunity. I can give you any color you want. However, there is one important condition. You must spend one full day in that new color. Throughout that day, you must feel whether you are truly happy in that color. Does that color satisfy you? Only then, if you are genuinely happy after the full day's experience, can the color become permanent. Do you agree to this condition?" The fairy's eyes were serious, as if she wanted the crow to understand this was no game. The crow danced with joy. All his sadness vanished. The condition? Yes, he was ready to agree to any condition. The first thought that came to his mind was the color white, that beautiful, pure white of the pigeons. He immediately replied, "Fairy, I want white color. I want to be white like a white pigeon." The fairy smiled and lightly waved her magic wand. A golden glow swirled around the crow, and in an instant, his deep black color disappeared. In its place came a radiant, milky white. The crow was now pure white like a block of ice or freshly fallen snow. He was astonished looking at himself. His joy knew no bounds. He began to chirp happily, though honestly his voice was still a caw, and immediately flew off. His destination was the city's most beautiful flower garden, where he could celebrate his new whiteness. Arriving at the flower garden, the crow was very excited. Roses, marigolds, sunflowers, all seemed like the perfect backdrop for his new whiteness. He hovered over the flowers, landed near a fountain, and swelled with pride seeing his reflection. He began hopping around joyfully, but the joy didn't last long. There was soil in the garden. Flower pollen floated in the air, and droplets sprayed from the fountain. Soon, splatters of mud, yellow pollen stains, and water spots began to appear on his gleaming white feathers. He started to look dirty and messy. Just then, some children came to play in the garden. Their eyes fell on the dirty white bird. One child pointed and shouted, "Hey, look! What a dirty crow! Trying to be white!" Other children started laughing. "Ha ha ha! Look! This crow is bathing in whiteness but still looks filthy." Their sharp words and laughter pierced the crow's heart. He felt ashamed and sad. By evening, the crow's condition had worsened. His white color now looked muddy brown and dirty yellow. Despite being among flowers, he had found no joy, only mockery and filth. He began to hate his own condition. This white color had become a burden. He remembered the fairy's condition. He had to spend a full day in this color. But honestly, he didn't want to stay white for another moment. He decided this color was just not for him. Sad and tired, he returned to the fairy. His voice was filled with disappointment. "Fairy, I was wrong. This white color is no good for me. It's very hard to live with it. Just a little dust and dirt makes it dirty, and people laugh at me. I am not at all happy with it. Please give me green color now. I want to be green like a parrot. Their color always looks fresh and clean." His eyes now held longing for green. The fairy saw the crow's disappointment. She asked no questions, just waved her magic wand again with a slight smile. The whiteness vanished, replaced by a bright, deep green color. The crow now looked like a beautiful green bird, almost like some new species of parrot. He loved his new color. It felt fresh, vibrant, and clean. He flew to a dense green forest where there were lush green leaves everywhere. The crow was very happy. He thought he would blend into this green sea and everyone would admire his beauty. He perched on a thick branch where he could see all around. He felt he had become the king of the forest. Sitting in the forest, after a little while, the crow began to notice something strange. He looked around, but no other bird seemed to notice him. A small bird flew and landed on the same branch where he sat. The bird didn't even glance at him, as if he wasn't there. The crow tried to announce his presence with a caw. The small bird looked up and glanced around but didn't recognize the crow and flew away. The crow was astonished. Then he saw his old friend, a sparrow, below the tree. He landed near her. The sparrow looked at him in surprise and asked, "Hey, who are you? I've never seen you before." The crow said, "Hey, it's me, your old friend Crow." The sparrow looked at him doubtfully. "Crow? But crows are black. You're green. Who are you, brother?" This broke the crow's heart. He realized his green color camouflaged him so well among the leaves that he was hard to see. Friends couldn't recognize him. He had become almost invisible. He felt as if his very existence had vanished. That day, he felt intense loneliness. After spending the whole day in the forest, the crow was, well, sad and disappointed again. The green color was beautiful, but it had isolated him from the world. No one recognized him. No one wanted to talk to him. He had lost his own identity. The next morning, he went back to the fairy. His voice held the weariness of the previous day and, a new desire. Fairy, I was wrong again. Green isn't right for me either. In this color, I'm invisible to everyone. Even my friends don't recognize me. I've become invisible. This color makes me even lonelier. Please make me colorful like a peacock now. Their color is the most beautiful, and everyone looks at them. I want to attract attention like that too. He thought about the grandeur of the peacock's feathers and the magic of their colors. The fairy saw the crow's insistence. She waved her wand again. The crow's green color vanished, replaced by bright blues, deep greens, golds, and purples. Peacock-like eye spots formed on his feathers. The crow now looked like a small, colorful peacock. He was so enchanted by his new form that he began dancing joyfully. He strutted around, spread his feathers, and marveled at his beauty. He felt sure the whole world would admire him now. He flew straight to the meadow where a flock of peacocks lived. He thought he would join them and dance with them. Proudly, he approached the peacock flock and stood there, spreading his colorful feathers. The peacocks saw this strange, colorful bird. They stared at him in surprise. Their leader stepped forward. He looked closely at the crow, then glanced at his companions. Then he said in a sharp, disdainful voice, "Who is this? This is just a fake peacock. Look at its feathers, they look like ours, but this isn't one of us. Listen to its voice. Caw, caw, how harsh. And its dance. Look how it's hopping around randomly. Where is our graceful, dignified dance?" Other peacocks began laughing and taunting. Yes, this is the crow trying to be a peacock. Daring to enter our flock, get out of here. Their words cut through the crow's heart like knives. He had been cast out. His beauty was fake. His voice revealed his true identity. He didn't possess the peacock's pride, their voice, or their dance. He was alone again. His colorful appearance now felt hollow and worthless. Humiliated by the peacocks, the crow settled on a lonely tree. The evening sun was setting, painting the sky in these red-orange hues. But darkness filled the crow's mind. He was deeply sad. Tears welled in his eyes. He had tried 3 different colors, white, green, and peacock colors. Each time he met only disappointment. Each color brought new problems, dirt, invisibility, and rejection. He now began to realize, perhaps the problem wasn't his black color. Maybe, just maybe, the problem was in his thinking. Instead of finding happiness in what he desired, he was running away from what he truly was. He started thinking, did being white make him a pigeon? No. Did being green make him a parrot? No. Did being colorful make him a peacock? Absolutely not. He was still just a crow, painted in different colors. His voice, his habits, his nature, all were still that of a crow. His true identity wasn't the black color. It was being himself, being a crow, and a crow's color is naturally black. After this deep introspection, a new clarity dawned on the crow. His sadness was turning into remorse and acceptance. He had understood his mistake. The next morning, he went to the fairy with newfound confidence. His walk was humble, his eyes resolute. He said to the fairy, "Fairy, I've come to you for the last time. I admit my mistake and have learned my lesson. I tried 3 different colors, but each time I realized I am not what I wanted to appear to be. White made me dirty, green made me invisible, and the peacock colors made me fake and lonely. I understand now that my black color is my true identity. This is the color I was born with, the mark of my species. I feel most comfortable, most natural, and look best in this color. Please give me back my original black color. I will find happiness in it now." The fairy listened to the crow's words. A proud and satisfied smile spread across her face. Her eyes shone with happiness. This was the lesson she had wanted to teach the crow self-acceptance. The fairy said in chorus, "Brother Crow, your eyes are open now. You have attained true wisdom." She lightly waved her magic wand. The cloak of bright colors vanished from the crow's body. His natural glossy black color returned. This was no ordinary black. It was a deep, beautiful black that shone with blue-green iridescence in the sunlight. The crow looked at his wings. His black color seemed more beautiful than ever. The burden lifted from his mind. He felt an amazing peace and confidence. He had truly become himself. With his original color back, the crow felt a new energy. He flapped his wings powerfully and rose from the ground. He took a high, strong flight. He soared near the clouds. Below, the entire forest, river, and fields were visible. He felt like he ruled the whole world. Filled with happiness, he let out a mighty cry, "Caw, caw!" This call was clearer, prouder, and more confident than ever before. It was his true voice, the declaration of his true identity. Birds nearby heard his call. Some looked up. They saw the crow flying high, his black feathers gleaming in the sunlight. It was a magnificent sight. This entire journey taught the crow a priceless lesson that became his life's mantra. He understood that happiness and contentment are not found in imitating others or trying to look like them. True happiness lies in accepting yourself just as nature made you. Every creature, every person is unique. What is special for one may not suit another. The crow's black color was his strength. It made him strong, courageous, and a true representative of his species. To be influenced by others' glamour and forget your own uniqueness is foolishness. The greatest pride should be in yourself, your abilities, and your reality. The crow also learned that beauty is not merely external appearance. True beauty lies in confidence, naturalness, and being true to oneself. When he was black and unhappy, he truly didn't look good. But when he embraced his black color with pride, his entire posture, his flight, his voice, everything became more beautiful and impressive. His beauty came from his self-acceptance, not from any external color. Beauty is what illuminates us from within and makes us feel whole, not what is worn to please others. Thus, the crow's journey of changing colors became a profound journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance.